Morning everyone, Jim and Steve back with the Ziggy Brothers here.
Good morning everybody. We got a crappy rainy day so far.
Yeah.
Supposed to clean up. We're going to be trimming some shrubs today. And who likes trimming shrubs when the leaves and all of the, I guess, foliage of the shrub is actually all soaking wet? You're trying to clean it up, you get absolutely covered. Hopefully it dries out in a little bit. We're going to be putting the new Red Max long articulating hedge trimmers to work for the first time and do a first start because it has no gas in it and it's never been run before, so that'll be cool. And I'm looking forward to giving them a shot over the steel combi system trimmers that we were using. But where are we going?
Where are we headed right now?
We are going to motor vehicle to title a few trucks that we got at the auction so they can be in our name, so we can get them ready to put for sale, which I don't think they're really ready yet, right? We're just getting this out of the way. Cause
yeah, it's annoying because in New Jersey, if you don't know, you got to make an appointment to get a DMV appointment, and you can only do 3 titles in one shot.
Yeah, and we're not a used car dealership or anything like that. So we also like the plan. The motor vehicle closest to us is 45 minutes away for titling. For licensing, it's about 10 minutes away, but that specific motor vehicle doesn't do titles. We like, as you can see, we'd like to plan it for kind of a crappy morning. We can get there for first thing at 8 o'clock if it's raining or we're not working first thing in the morning or something like that, and get that out of the way. And then after that, it should be dried out a little bit. We'll cut some grass and we'll do a couple trimming jobs.
The DMV is always a riot, isn't it?
We go in this place, people are showing up with, like, it's funny, they'll like write on the back of a Burger King bag, I own this car, and then they try to get a title for it.
Yeah.
They show up and they literally on a piece of paper scribbled, need title for this car, on a piece of, people show up with their hands behind their back. Do you have a driver's license? No. Do you have a social security number? No. Do you have an ITIN number? No. Do you have a title? No. So you're trying to title a car and you have nothing with you? That is correct. Like, you can't do that. We show up with our titles already filled out. We bring the form from the website that they give you at the door. We have everything filled out to make it super easy. We sometimes have titled 4 vehicles at once, and we're in and out in 10 minutes just because everything's already done. They're like, wow, you're really prepared, because we've been here so many times. Got our bucket truck titled, and we got one of the older the F500, the 1960 titled. 2 seconds on that. Then the 6.4, the diesel with the plow, was purchased from a township to a dealer. So the dealer never transferred the title over to their name. They just have a reassignment form, and they forgot to stamp on the back of the reassignment form that the sales tax was paid. So now we have to go back to the dealership, who we've never been to because we bought it through an auction, and get them to put a stamp on the back. That's all they need.
Basically to prove that we paid the sales tax.
Yeah, and I even offered to pay the sales tax twice, the $200 double, so we don't have to waste our time driving an hour and 20 minutes from our house. We had everything in order, and that's the dealer's fault, who we never even met because this was sold through an auction company. And it's raining, so we're off to, not to sound like a whiny little baby, but we're off to a kind of a weird start. We got 2 trucks titled. I mean, it's a positive, but we wanted to be done. This is a 45-minute ride from our house.
It's one of my least favorite things.
Yeah, it's like the dentist almost. I hate going to the dentist. I hate coming here because even if you have everything in order, they're going to give you a problem just because they're not very nice.
They're doing their job.
They're doing their job, but it's also first thing in the morning, and like they absolutely, some of them hate their job. I don't blame them. Like the guy who comes in with the Burger King bag trying to get a title for his truck. They deal with that all day long. They don't usually deal with people like us who have every single thing in order with all of our forms of ID and every form filled out, and all they have to do is punch like a couple numbers in the computer and it's nice and easy. They deal with people like that who they write on the back of their soda cup, I own this car, my truck, I need a title. Yeah, like they deal with that all day long, and we see it for the 10 minutes that we're in there. I can't even imagine what they go through after 40 hours of working there for the week. I would want to pull my hair out. Any of you guys, I mean, we know some of our viewers live in New Jersey. What do you guys think of the DMV, depending where you're at in the state? We're usually in and out in 2 seconds, and sometimes like today, we'll have a hiccup where the dealer we bought this stupid truck from, it was through the auction, but the dealer threw the truck into the auction, so we never had any contact with the dealer, just with the auction company. So now the dealer screwed up, we got to go directly to the dealer. The auction company's now out. We have nothing to do with them. They can't fix this for us. And we're not going to mail the title to the dealership and have them mail it back to us, because that's going to take a while. We're better off just driving there and saying, hey dude, stamp the back of this piece of paper that you forgot to stamp. And now we got to drive all the way back up here one morning, which sucks, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hold this up. Here's our new signs we had made up on yardsignwholesale.com. They're out of Florida. And I think it took only 3 or 4 days for them to ship it to our house. We went with the color black because the white letters, in our opinion, stands out better. Our old signs that we were using were white with the background, and with the logo, I think the letters were black.
Yeah.
And they worked and everything, but there was too much stuff on the other ones. It was like our logo with all the services and a phone number. And people couldn't really see it quickly because I think they're driving by like this. They want to be able to see it and get the actual point of the sign without having to read too much. So I mean, I don't think you can be any more clear of what this sign is designed for, right? If you're looking at this, you're not probably going to look at the logo first. You're going to look at the big white and the big white. Aeration, phone number, and then you're going to go in the middle. Who does the service? What is it? What's the phone number? And who does the service?
Yeah.
In that order. So black's going to stick out even at nighttime. The black is going to, obviously it's going to be dark out, but then the white's going to stick out at night too with headlights. Versus the other way, people weren't really, they were calling, but they were also wondering if we did the services. I don't think they had time to read them while they were driving by. So we're in an area where Papa Zig does the Monday route. It's a little bit farther than we'd like to go, but we've been up here so long and the property's a little bit bigger, a little bit more profit up here, a little bit less properties too. But we're gonna try and get some aerating jobs up in this area. If you just show this neighborhood, these are very, very nice houses. We're gonna try and build our way up into here a little bit more next year. But we'd like to start with aerating this September. So we got our stakes. I was gonna make these up at home. These just simply pop right in. Just like a garage sale or like a sign you see on the side of the road. These are double-sided. So we're just gonna go slam one into the ground and hopefully we get some phone calls soon.
Here comes the sign right up here. We just put it down.
And you're wondering too, these are our clients, so they have no problem with us. I mean, you see aeration just like that, and the phone number.
Yeah.
Overseating's a little bit in the background.
But we wanted it to be like that.
Yeah, we wanted aeration to pop, because then when you call, we can offer overseating. And there's not a crazy amount of money, like we said, in overseating because of how expensive the actual seat is.
Yeah.
We do have some more clients signing up so far for aeration. I think my first year in business in 2013, right out of high school, I wanted to put a sign every single spot I possibly could. So I just got my license. I drove around town with a couple friends and stapled them to every single telephone pole in the entire township. I put about 100 signs and I stapled them all to the telephone poles because I didn't know any better. I didn't know that you can get in trouble for that because everybody else was stapling their garage sale signs, yard sale, moving sale, all the other signs for companies were doing it, but I overdid it. And within an hour I got a call. I was going to get fined, I think, $5 or $10 per sign if it wasn't taken down immediately. And they knew who I was. They knew that I was a young kid, so they gave me like a couple hours to go take them down. So I had to go back out and rip them all down. Lesson learned there, that would have cost over $500 in fines from the township, I guess. But once this light turns green, we'll show you real quick. Everybody, this is the main hotspot in this town here for coming down. Because you can either turn right and go out to the highway and go make your way down. You can go towards New York City that way. You could go to the mall, the shopping centers, or you can go that way towards Pennsylvania. But so you're coming to this main light, you're either turning right or left, and you're gonna sit at this light while everything's going on, and you're gonna see that sign.
Yeah.
As long as nobody takes it.
Yeah.
There are some signs there that have weeds growing around them. It looks like they cut around it and didn't move the sign, so we'll see what happens. I can see it just from here. The aeration sticks right out, and if you're interested in it, you're gonna see that.
It looks good.
Yeah.
First time putting gas in it.
This thing's pretty. I'm looking forward to using this and not killing my shoulders and my arms compared to the steel combi system because my opinion, the combi system's great if you're switching between a weed whacker and you do light hedge trimming, not a ton of jobs, but it's heavy for trimming. It's also heavy if you put the pole attachment on it for cutting branches and stuff. It's just heavy because it's got to have a lot of power in the engine. And then the attachment's a little bit beefier. If you buy a steel hedge trimmer, like the long ones like this, they're light. I mean, you could hold them up all day long, but we bought the Red Max blower. We got these in the fleet deal with Red Max, so we went with this, but this is way lighter. So after a few hours of trimming, either above your head or here, your shoulders hurt. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We use our Echo mix with our Red Max blowers, and it seems to be working out well for, what, 3 years ago, I think we switched over.
Yeah.
And we're gonna use the
square barrel.
Yeah.
For the first time. We don't have the walker though.
Yeah, we didn't have a walker in here to put these onto the mower deck to drive, but you can, it's not going to be a crazy amount of trimming. It doesn't have to, it can get dumped in the woods too. So I'm looking forward to this. I hate trimming bushes.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate it. Because there's more profitable things to do in a short amount of time with less effort than trimming bushes. But the client wants shrub trimming, that's what the client's going to get because we're a full service company. But I absolutely despise shrub trimming. The trimming part's is easy. Then you got to clean it all up and blow the beds out, make sure you get everything.
How many pulls do you think it's going to take? 2? Oh, you're going to prime it?
I'm going to prime it. I'm going to say it's going to take...
Actually, I'm going to say it's going to take 5.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
Full throttle and choke. Just let it idle for a couple minutes to break in. Look at that. This is going to cut these really nice.
Yeah.
All right, not too bad, right? So as you can see here, this trailer is tight. It's only 7x16. We get a comment we need to upgrade to a bigger trailer. Well, we do have a bigger trailer. It's an 8.5x20, and that's out cutting grass right now. So we're using this. As he's gonna cut my hand open with the cable.
Sorry.
It fits in here. All the equipment fits. Just gotta back it in so you watch the shoot on this guy. But check us out on YouTube.
What do you think of the trimmers?
I love them.
Yeah.
I thought they were really good. I mean, we didn't trim for the entire day yet, but it's only the first job. That was the hardest out of the 3 jobs. They're definitely lighter, that's for a fact, and it's really nice when they're really sharp and you don't have to hit anything twice. So let's see, 2 hours on the dot, right?
Yeah.
Including the lawn cut, which the lawn cut took 15 minutes. So say an hour and 40, call it 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
What would you guys charge for shrub trimming if you can dump it on the site? There's no ladders required, and you're 2 hours with 2 guys. Let us know down in the comments. What would you guys, you saw the whole job there. It was nothing crazy. We're not standing on the top of the walker mower or using extended trimmers. I like really long trimmers. We are just using the new pole saw, like the extended ones. Not the extendable, but the extended ones, if that makes any sense. What would you guys charge? We charge shrub trimming by the job, but we try to figure in our head how many hours it's gonna take, and then we times it by our hourly rate, and we times it by how many people there are. One guy's cleaning up, one guy's trimming. But if we know most of these properties, like we said, we've been cutting them forever, so we've been trimming them forever. We probably lost our butt pretty good on the first time we trimmed them 15 years ago, but ever since 15 years, we corrected every single one. I mean, there's a house we just did. We do this house, we cutting that tomorrow. That's a Wednesday cut. And then a couple doors down is another one. You guys saw us do the pavers at this house. They just signed up for aeration and overseeding, so we'll be going there in a couple weeks.
All right, guys, welcome back to the next day of the video following all the trimming jobs, and we cut probably, I mean, we did 8 or 9. I think we did 9 lawns yesterday, 3 trimming jobs, and the rest of the day rained a little bit. We came home, did some random tasks. Here's Steve with the chain.
We're gonna need this to pull it on, right?
Yeah, we didn't even tell him what we're doing yet.
We're gonna get a lot of hate in the comments.
It's probably the thumbnail of the video, to be honest.
Fine by me, because we're gonna make a couple dollars. So.
Yeah. But
I'll carry this.
I'm in the skid steer. Today, it's a sad day. It's a good day though, because it's a money-making day. And that's all that matters, because we're in this to make some money. And that's exactly what we're gonna do today. So let's go get on with our day here.
Because we're on a hill. I think we should. Does that truck have brakes?
I don't think so. Just a clutch, right?
We'll clutch it to the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, it'd probably be
back
easier.
the trailer down, and then we'll push it on with this.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
I don't. Do we?
It's worth nothing though. Unfortunately, it is just not worth anything.
When I look at the dump body back here, I said, okay, we should do something. But then when I look at the front, and the engine's halfway taken apart, we're gonna get the same price in scrap that we're gonna get selling it whole, and then we have to title it.
Yeah. And we have to spend money to fix it.
The scrap yard, we just hand them the title, so an extra 150 bucks probably in titling it.
And it might not necessarily go to waste. They might be able to do something with it. They'll probably part it out.
We're not throwing this one out.
Yeah, this one's
to
not
make us feel
going.
better, we're keeping this one.
Yeah, this one's way nicer.
I mean, this thing's a heavy. But I mean, it's shot.
Yeah. The dashboard's really cool, but everything else is taken apart.
There's no point. It's got a broken window on that side that's been painted. Somebody would strip this down and restore it. It'd be a nice truck, but it's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something with this one for sure.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, I thought it was gonna roll away. By the time somebody buys this though, they're people are gonna want to spend like $1,000 on this truck.
I just know for a fact we're gonna triple our money when we scrap it. That's the only thing making me jump in it right now and rolling it out of here.
And I guarantee you they won't scrap this truck. They're gonna do something with it over there. They're gonna probably strip it for parts, which, hey, that's good, because then somebody actually gets to use it. It is cool, but it's got some rot in it. Dang, I would love to put a 7.3 in that thing. It would be so cool, but we're just not at that point. Need the money for other projects, bigger and better things, grow the business. One day though, we'll probably have 10 of these with 7.3s in it. I want to put a 7.3 in it so bad, but
No, you don't.
we're just not there.
Not this truck.
Yeah, we're not there.
It smells like mouse, you know what, inside, and it's missing parts. Windows cracked. Yeah, it's there. I mean, it looks. You know what? Let's stop talking. Let's just load
No,
it up.
I just want to get money and build for better things.
We can build this truck with some cool.
Yeah,
engine.
exactly. Yeah.
This thing. I mean, just I can imagine driving this thing. You're probably bouncing on the seat like this, and it probably
Yeah.
only goes 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It needs a motor.
Yeah.
The transmission's probably good, but like if we part it out, what the cab's shot.
Yeah.
Like what are we gonna do with it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive the machine down,
Yeah, I will.
and then I'll back down and back me in front of it. We'll push it on.
All right. And for anybody who said, "Oh, I would have bought that," well, you missed your chance. We've had it for over a week, and nobody said one word on it.
This is almost 2.5 weeks.
Nobody said a single word on it. Here it is. It's meeting its doom.
Second time at this place.
It's always going to get us a lot of money this time.
No. I'm really curious what we're gonna get here. But there's no side rails on this scale or anything. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They're probably.
Dang, it's way up. 22. That's 4,000 pounds more than it was the other day.
Magnet.
Is the other truck? Oh, the other truck's still sitting right there.
Really?
Yeah. They're not going to scrap that. They're going to try to do something with it. They're not going to crush this. They're going to part this truck out.
That's fine by me.
Yeah.
There's a red truck back there, a single cab. I still want to get a single cab, Jim, again.
Yeah. I have a single truck. Yeah, buy mine.
No, I want yours.
There it goes.
I don't feel bad at all.
I don't either.
wait until we have the money in our hands.
Bigger and better things.
All right, everyone. Now we're back home. We just got done scrapping that. That was the F600, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We mix it up because there's an F350, an F500, and an F600. The 500 is the one we sold back to Rich from the auction company, or from the sale, who owned it originally. The 600 just went to the scrapyard. We paid $300. That's what the winning bid was, and then it was $50 for the buyer's premium or the percentage, or however, whatever you want to call it. So we paid $350 for it. Not bad. The motor was halfway torn apart. There's all these different parts in the front seat with boxes, and I think they tried to get it running, then they gave up. They gave up. All the wires were hanging. It smelled like 50-year-old fuel, and I don't even know what that smells like because I don't know, whatever. So, I mean, there was just no hope for that specific engine. I mean, if somebody wants to sandblast the entire thing, it was kind of solid. It had some spots. To sandblast, redo the entire thing and restore it and put either a crate motor in, a Cummins diesel, that's what Jimmy wanted to do, is put another motor in it. It would be a cool dump truck. You could take it to truck shows and everything, but right now at this stage of where we're at, we're just trying to flip this stuff as fast as possible to get it out of here. We shoot for doubling our money on pretty much everything we sell. So we can invest it back into another auction and just keep the stuff flowing. We don't want it to sit here and haggle over a couple $100. We just want to get it gone and move on to the next thing. So pulled on the scale, unloaded it. That was pretty cool how we popped the clutch and just drove the truck forward.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for someone to come pick it up. We rounding it? What did we exactly get?
I forget. Just round it.
It was like 800.
Yeah.
It was like 785-ish. Call it $800. We paid $350 for it. And we just handed them the title. We didn't have to go to the DMV and title it in our name and then transfer it. That would have been a waste of money. So we made $450.
Yeah.
Paid $350, we profited $450. So we more than doubled our money. So that's a good thing. Say we got it running and everything, and we painted it and bought the whole shebang. And then even painted it. Say we got it running and just sold it as is with crappy paint chipping all over the place. It smelled horrible. What are we gonna get for it? $1,500, maybe.
Yeah, there's one on there for like $2,500,
yeah,
but it's in a lot better shape.
Yeah, I don't think. We just took the $800, made $450 by driving it from the auction company to the scrapyard and getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Crazy dogs.
And then the other option would be to part it out and let it sit here, but then once again that defeats the purpose of cycling stuff quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of auctions coming up, and we are just trying to circulate. I mean, that one's going next. That's the carbon copy to the one we got the other day with the plow. It's a 1995. The headlights filled with water. We're waiting on the title for that. Otherwise, it would be gone. We paid $200 for this one, so we're gonna get $651 plus the plow. We're probably gonna get $700 for this. We're gonna make $500 off of this one. And then once you do the math on, there's like 5 trucks going to the scrapyard times $400 or $500 profit on each one. It's worth it just to drive it. We're not ripping the engines out. I mean, how do you feel after ripping an engine out at the end of the day? I don't want to do it. I'm exhausted. I like doing it. It's cool in the wintertime when we're not pressed for time.
If you just compare it to like if we go put down a few yards of mulch or we go aerate somebody's property and overseed or something, I mean, I'd rather do that than sit here for hours and destroy my body fixing stuff.
I'd rather take 4 trucks to the scrapyard by literally pushing them on the trailer with the machine and making $2 grand off of all 4.
Taking that money and going to buy another one.
And keep it cycling through to keep the money building up. But yeah, we hedge trimmed yesterday. We did 3 jobs. I think it took 5 or 6 hours total for the 3 trimming jobs. Not including drive time, specific on-site 6 hours, and I'm feeling it today. My shoulders hurt, my back hurts. Yes, the trimmers are light, but some of the forsythia grew this much in 2 months to be trimmed again. It was a lot, and it was wet. We got stung by bees, like that stunk, but we made money. We made a decent amount yesterday, and then scrapping stuff, we made a decent amount. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's always hard, right? You get tied up in emotions because you feel bad for the truck, but then you just remember it's a piece of metal.
I mean, if I'm looking at like my gold truck and something bad happens to it, I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Same thing that happened to your truck when you needed to replace the frame.
Yeah, like, you have an experience with it, so there's a relationship there.
And this truck just pulled all this stuff home, every single one of these except that big one in the van. It pulled it all home from the auction, and I've been driving that for 7 years now. and you just turn the key and it just goes. It just pulled a 9,300 pound truck to the scrapyard, and it doesn't squat. It's got airbags. It's all done up right. So I mean, it's a workhorse.
Yeah. But then let's come over and look at this truck.
This one?
Yeah. No, this one right here. Just like show the difference. This truck is nice and clean, but it doesn't run, and we've never driven it. God knows who drove it. Probably hasn't been registered, or it hasn't been inspected since 2008.
2009.
2009.
That's 14 years.
Yeah.
So let's assume it's been sitting all those 14 years. We get it running. It's going to need brake lines just from sitting. The brakes are probably going to need to be gone through. The ball, I mean, you name it, it's going to need to be gone through to be able to sell it in terms of profit. The 95, like, what's it worth?
Yeah, not much.
What's it worth with the plow hooked up? Look, it would look like a really, really clean truck.
If it was a 7.3, it'd be a completely different story, but it's not.
And if we cleaned it,
yeah,
and we got it completely working with the plow, what's it worth? 2,500 bucks, 3 grand, maybe.
Yeah.
If that. After we do all that stuff to it,
yeah,
or just get rid of it and make 600 bucks on scrap and let them deal with it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, and then we could sit here and part it out and all that, but then by the time you do that, it's going to be another 3 months before we see our money.
Scrapping it takes no effort whatsoever. You put it on the trailer and just drive it. Let the truck do the work for you. Drive it to the yard, roll it off. They hand you $600 profit. We're going to get what?
8.
7 or 8 for this?
Yeah.
They're going to give us, for our invest, $600 profit. Here you go. Thank you for bringing it to us. And we don't have to clean it. We don't have to get it running. We don't have to check the brake lines, the transmission lines, the radiator lines, hoses and lines, the fuel lines, the fuel filters, you name it.
The spark plugs. God knows what it's going to take.
Through any of it. Putting a new battery in it for 100 bucks. They just take it as is and we'll make 600 bucks. See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.
Exactly.
Now in terms of this
truck is worth it.
It's worth it. We need to put a windshield in it.
Yeah.
It has the 7.3 in it. It's got low miles. We got the clean title for it. It's a 16-foot box bed, I think.
Yeah.
With a garage door and a lift gate. And it's going to clean up. It's just been sitting under a tree. We need to just put the front grille piece back on.
Yeah.
Other than that, this is worth fixing and making the money because it's a 7.3. We know how to work on them real quick. And I don't think it needs brake lines or anything of that sort. But that'll be sold, right?
Yeah, that one's worth it because it's worth big money.
And then
it's worth a lot more.
Zoom over to the Western V plow. That thing's only like 3, maybe 4 years old at most. It's in perfect shape. We're not scrapping that because we paid a lot more than what it would go in scrap. But that's worth selling. Yeah, so that'll wrap this video up. We're planning on getting rid of this red truck that's here. We just moved it up top. We're going to lower the price a little bit more. So by the time you guys see that, it'll unfortunately be gone. Fortunate for us, we just want that truck out of here. It's a V8 Triton and we just don't feel like screwing with it. It's got a lack of power. It drives from point A to B, but it's just lacking power. It shifts through all the gears fine, but 2,500 bucks comes and gets it. I don't know why it's still on Facebook anyway. It should be gone by now. It's a solid truck. Someone who knows those motors better than us. I mean, we could put spark plugs and coils and deal with all that, but they have problems with the spark plugs breaking off in the heads. We just don't want to deal with it. So many other projects going on. So positive note, we got the heads trimming jobs done. We had a good day.
Yeah.
We got rid of the stuff with scrap. We got rid of that truck and scrap metal. Made some good money. So that'll wrap this one up.
We got more stuff coming. Yeah,
there's a lot more videos coming. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. Also check out our merch store. We have shirts that we have for sale. But also keep an eye out. We have some more auctions coming up. So we have some more stuff that's going to be coming in. So some cool stuff too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.